Our I can statement today is I can catch a ball by W or M, and I will explain what that means. Move to the ball, track the ball, and soft hands. The equipment you're going to need is a football and or a regular round ball. So I actually really need you to have a round ball. It can be any size. And a football would be great too, but we definitely need a round ball if possible, and a football would be a great addition as well.
Welcome back, friends. This week's focus is catching a ball. Last week we worked on passing a football or throwing. If you didn't have a football, just your regular overhand throw. And you did some catching last week, but so this week we are going to focus on how to do a nice job catching. Catching is throughout the sports that you might play, even when you're not playing sports. You're catching sometimes in real life. So when we catch, I went over that there are 4 cue words in my introduction. So I can catch a ball by doing the first one. It says a W and an M. So what I mean by that is your hands might be starting like a W. You can kind of see the W. I don't want my fingers all weird, but my hands are up like this, kind of like a W, if you can see that. Or an M down here. If the ball comes below my waist, you're going with an M. If it's above your waist, you're going with a W. Above your head, you're still with a W. And even if you're going to the side, your W might be going to the side. So that's the first one, W or M. The next cue word is move to the ball. So not often is a ball thrown right at you. That would be great if it is, but sometimes it's not. So move to the ball. Actually, I want you to start in like the ready position. So if the ball is going over here, then you're shuffling. If the ball is going back there, you might be running back a little or running towards it. So being ready to catch, you're like this, and your knees are a little bit bent, if you can see, because you're ready to move to the ball. The third thing is to track the ball. That means with your eyes. Tracking is like watching it move. So wherever the ball is coming from, you're watching it with your eyes and then trying to move your body to wherever that is. And the fourth thing is soft hands. What I mean by that is relax. We do not want to be stiff. We want to have relaxed arms, relaxed fingers, relaxed wrists to be able to absorb the ball without letting it bounce off us. So we have W or M, or actually, yeah, W or M. We have move to the ball, track the ball with your eyes, and then soft hands. As for equipment, I mentioned you might have a football or you might just have a round ball. So if you have a football, the first thing I'm gonna have you do is just nice little tosses to yourself, working on tracking the ball, soft hands. You might not be able to do your M and your W, or your W and your M right away when you're tossing to yourself, but you definitely can work on getting your body loose and relaxed. As you get going, as you feel comfortable, then you can start to toss it a little higher, but I really want you working on tracking the ball, relaxed hands. If you don't have a football, I grabbed a few others. I have a small one and a large one. Same thing, you're just starting by yourself, tracking it, doing this. Probably gonna be best if you can get outside, because for me this is fun because I'm tossing it up high, but if I were inside, the ceiling will be a thing. So if you can get outside and practice this, that would be best. So I'm just working on tracking it, soft hands, body ready. So that's what I'd like you to start with, tossing to yourself. After you toss to yourself, this is where it gets a little bit tricky when we talk about football, or for my friends that don't have a football. If you have a football, the next thing I'd like you to do is play with catch with a partner, which is another hurdle. You know, you have to have a partner and a football to be able to move to that. If you do not have a football and a partner and you have a round ball, you can move to somewhere where you have a wall, whether it be the side of your garage or outside, something that you can throw off and get your rebound. So you would just work on like throwing at the wall and then catching, ready position, hands soft. and then you would throw to the wall. So those are the first two ways I want you to practice today. All right, friends, the next way I'm going to have you practice is actually laying down. So this could be done like on your bed or on your living room floor. And you are just going to have your ball, and you're gonna sit here with it above your face, and this is gonna need to be a gentle throw at first. Just working on soft hands, tracking that ball. Little throws while you get comfortable. As you get more comfortable, you can throw it up higher. But yeah, I'd like you to spend a few minutes practicing on your back with the ball in the air. The next way I'd like you to practice is bouncing off a wall and shuffling. So I'm not gonna throw it directly at the wall. You're going to throw it kind of diagonally, and you're gonna shuffle to it. So if I start here, I'm gonna be throwing it that way a little so that I need to shuffle down and get it. Once again, I start nice and easy. Tracking the ball, soft hands. You could even, once you get more comfortable, you could be throwing up. This obviously won't work with a football. If you do have a football and a partner, to make it more challenging, your partner could try not throwing right to you. You know, your partner could be throwing over to your left where you have to run back and get it, or forward where you have to run forward. So definitely, if you have a football and a partner, spend some time having your partner throw the ball not to you, but somewhere close enough where you could run to it and get it. Okay, this next way to practice, I actually was looking at YouTube for some catching on your own practice. And there was an athlete teaching his football players how they could work on their own, on their skills at home. So he suggested this. It's a little challenging, but just to work on kind of muscle memory, getting your body used to these skills, core strength. So you're actually gonna balance, trying to get far enough, on one foot, and I'm gonna still toss to the wall and catch. Soft hands, control, and try and keep that foot off the ground, yet catch and toss. I think you should start with two hands, but as you get comfortable, maybe you're doing both, rotating. Of course, you're gonna wanna switch that balancing foot. Nice easy throws, tracking that ball. You need to reset every once in a while by getting your feet down. But yeah, that's a great way to practice as well.